Hi everyone, Latanya Brown Sugar here. Hope everyone's having a great day. I am here to dish about Tamar Braxton and her ex-boyfriend David Adefeso and the importance of domestic violence awareness in the African American community and all over the world as well, but especially African American community. A couple of days ago, well, let's start back to a couple of weeks ago when Tamar Braxton tried to commit suicide. Now, we all know that Tamar Braxton is a very confident woman. She's very outspoken. She's very articulate. She's very smart. She's very talented, has a beautiful voice. She's a great actress. Her sister is Toni Braxton. So she comes from a family of wealth. First and foremost, that is Tamar Braxton's identity. So it shocked me in the whole entire universe, I'm pretty sure, that Tamar Braxton tried to take her own life. There was a phone call to 911 from her ex-boyfriend David Adefeso, and he was claiming that, hey, my girlfriend tried to commit suicide, she's trying to hurt herself. And then he also tried to put on the front of trying to cry on the video as well, which sounded really fake to me. I'm gonna be truthful about that. And then a couple of days ago, we learned that they had another altercation. But let me I'm just gonna stop right here, but let me go back to also after Tamar was in the hospital and tried, from committing suicide. I saw on Instagram somewhere that they were quote unquote trying to get engaged after she tried to commit suicide, and she was claiming that, oh, he's the one that's been by her side and he's the one that cares for her. So with that being said, a couple of days ago, her boyfriend David Adefeso files a restraining order against her, a protective order. Like, really? I saw his video and he's claiming that, oh, Tamar Braxton hit him in the jugular and he had to call his mother, a 50-year-old man, to call his mother 100 times because Tamar Braxton was being a quote unquote abusive to him, which was very, very strange to me for a Nigerian man to have to call his mother that many times. But what he failed to mention was that he was probably, and I don't know for sure, but maybe he was probably domestic against Tamar. And that's the reason why she tried to knock his ass out. I'm just saying. Because we all know that Tamar Braxton is a strong-willed woman. She's very strong. She's not going to let anybody hurt her or her son. And then also, let's move on to the fact that he was spending time with her son and his mother on Twitter, or on Instagram, Twitter, without Tamar Braxton. And I don't know Tamar Braxton personally, but I'm almost sure she did not give him permission to hang out with her son and his mom on social media without her. So David Adefeso tried to paint this image of Tamar Braxton for us, who we've been following for years. He's trying to tell us who Tamar Braxton is. Oh, she's a maniac. Oh, she's unstable. But we know who Tamar Braxton is. So David Adefeso, if you are listening to this video, you are very toxic to Tamar Braxton, and please stay away from her and her son. Finally and foremost, I want to say that kudos to Vincent for standing up for Tamar and his son, because Vincent is not going to let anybody hurt Tamar and his son either. He's not going to stand for that shit either. So with that being said, I'm just happy that this relationship is over between Tamar and David. Now let's move on to the importance of domestic violence awareness in the African American community and across the universe. Domestic violence is often portrayed as a negative image between two parties that are participating in a relationship, whether it's a marriage or friendship or intimate relationship or what have you. That's my own definition of domestic violence. Okay? Now, many women choose to stay in domestic relationships because most of the time the partner, the person that's being domestic and the person that's creating the abuse is making the victim feel, he's saying things or she is saying things to make the victim, him or her feel vulnerable, to make them feel like, oh, no one else cares about you. I'm the only one who cares about you. And then they become controlling. They become controlling at that time. But I just want to say, everybody, please be aware. Have a great day. Peace.